Hi everyone, this is Tom Williams here. I have to talk about the toxicity in the wrestling community between AEW fans and WWE fans. You guys need to grow up. Like, literally, like, you guys need to grow up. Why are you fighting for? Why? This is not the Monday Night Wars. It's not. It's about wrestling. It's about a new era where all wrestling companies are stepping up, being a individual, being something different and new. And I understand why AEW fans versus WWE fans to see who is superior. But to me, who cares? All right? Who cares? What's the point? Like, AEW is a new breed, okay? They have lots of flaws in a company, but however, they are learning. They are trying to build a company just like WWE. They're not gonna take WWE out of business, okay? They are trying to find their identity in wrestling. Like all this naysayers on Twitter talking about AEW is trying to be like WWE and all this stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of it is a bit true. However, I can see that AEW gonna be AEW in the near future. Just give them at least 2 years to bring that idea up front. Because right now there is so much confusion, so much backstage politics, so much drama in AEW. Same thing at WWE. It's just that let them be dumb and trying to figure out who they are as a wrestling company. So let's go to WWE. I understand that WWE fans are very protective over their company. I understand that. You're very prideful of your company. But however, you cannot sit down and get all emotional, get up, bent out of shape about AEW or ROH or NWA or New Japan Pro Wrestling or DDT Pro Wrestling or Tokyo Pro Wrestling or Stardom. Everyone is different. And I don't understand why WWE fans get so insecure about other wrestling company knowing that WWE is not going nowhere. The only reason if WWE is going somewhere or out of business is one person, Vince McMahon. If, God forbid, if Vince McMahon decided to gave his company to whoever, it's a done deal. Or he passed away, it's a done deal. It's just that when you are worrying about other wrestling companies that threaten WWE, that show your insecurities. That shows that you are afraid that WWE gonna end. And you think that way, it might happen. If you don't think that way and you feel secure about WWE is standing tall, standing good, that's good for you. But if you're going back and forth with AEW fans, that shows what type of wrestling fan you are. Like negativity. That's why I never have arguments with AEW fans, like the immature one talking about, oh, AEW is better, AEW is better. I don't talk to them because either they're very young, like in their teenagers, or they have a mind like a teenager. So I don't even go chatting with them. I'm more like, okay, whatever. Because I learned that 2 years ago that you cannot argue people who is not mentally mature than you or not capable of handle a good, simple adult conversations. And now I'm learning how to just be careful with my words, be careful how to approach people with their opinions and their views. And even I listen to my videos, and some of my videos just like, oh my goodness, I was not in my right state of mind or whatever. But we digress. We progress on being a better version of ourselves. And I think that's what we need right now as wrestling fans. We have to stop with the back and forth of my wrestling company is better than your wrestling company. No, everyone is different. Like when I was watching NWA Power, it gave me that old school 1980s vibe. Like you got the champion who got the looks, the glamour. It's something about it. It's very 1980s, like the old school vibe. Then you go to ROH. They bring in some good tag team division that I ever seen recently. Like those guys, when it comes to tag teams in ROH, it's very interesting. Then you got Impact. Impact got these amazing characters that could be larger than life, like Sue Young, Rosemary, Jessica Havoc, Sammy Callahan, Eddie Edwards and his wife, and like characters. And then you go to Triple A Lucha Libre. They represent the Lucha Underground. They represent the Lucha style in wrestling. And they give that sense of Mexican pride when you watch Triple A and Triple Mania. Like things like that just have a different layers and different substance on what Lucha Libre is all about. And then you go to New Japan Pro Wrestling, the strong style, the factors, the attitude about being a wrestler, about the hard hitting, the dedication of being that top of a wrestler. Like you got wrestlers like Kota Ibushi. He's all about the Japanese pro wrestling style. You got Okada. Like Okada is like the Japanese version of Ric Flair with the blonde hair, the outfit, you name it. Then you got Will Ospreay. The man is phenomenal. You got Tetsuya Naito. like he's the leader of like the outcasts, and he got a very interesting character about him. Then you go up to Stardom, and it's another, oh yeah, DDT Pro Wrestling, like where wrestlers could be comedians and do all these crazy out of control matches. They fight everywhere. That's DDT Pro. Then you go to NST UK. They have the British style of wrestling that is different from American, but it really is good, very interesting. Then you go to NST. NST have one of the greatest woman division in wrestling today, and it just, everything is so evolving in wrestling nowadays, and I don't understand why people fight over which company is the best. It doesn't matter, because every company has something different, something interesting. Like, you could watch multiple wrestling shows nowadays. Back in the days, we don't really have too many wrestling shows, to be honest with you. Like, I remember in the 90s, we watched WWF at that time, turned to WWE, then ECW, WCW, FMW, that's in Japan. You got all Japanese Pro Wrestling. That's for the women, like the Joshi, like women wrestlers there. Like, at that time, it's like, it's not too many wrestling shows back then, but now everything's advancing. Everybody is bringing up wrestling companies in their own narrative. So I don't understand why people is being so damn toxic in wrestling. I want to know. So tell me what you guys think about wrestling communities on social media or on Twitter. Because I really want to know, because I feel like everybody had to be negative. Everybody had to fight against each other, which wrestling company is the best. So, because I really want to know, because I feel like wrestling is okay to me, but however, it's the fans making it worse for people to not get invested in wrestling. So tell me you guys think down below in the comment section. So this is Ty Williams. Good day and goodbye.